All right, good night, good night. Um, and welcome to
Yeah,
All in All United. Are you hearing me?
yeah, we
Yes.
hearing you.
Nice one. All right, so I mean, we had a nice game today. I don't know how. I mean, from what we have been experiencing in the past, I would have enjoyed this one today. Definitely, it would have felt sweeter with a victory. But again, just not losing or feeling, demoralized with a draw. I don't think it was a demoralizing draw. I think it was a draw that, if we really took our chances, we should have came out with 3 points. So yeah, so let me get to it. So we have JP and we have Phil on the inside. JP, what's going on?
Yeah. Good night, everybody. First and foremost, we're big up St. Mary's College for taking the secondary school football league. I must do that first and
For sure, man.
foremost. Unbeaten
Congrats.
season, invincible season, right? So let me get into Manchester United now. Yeah, today was it was more refreshing looking at the game today, compared to what we were seeing under Ten Hag in the last few games there. Um, for the most part, I really think it's a game that was there for us to win because I think we nullified Chelsea wings for the most part with how Masvari and
Yeah.
Dalo performed today. And well, I know for sure we will get into Ganacho's performance, but I will just touch on it and say I have been saying over and over that Ganacho is still an impact player, should be off the bench impact player in this team. And we put in too much responsibility on him. And his decision making has been very poor. And today, more than any time this season, I think it really showed up how poor his decision making was. And I think better decision making from him, and we would have easily won this game by two or two. Like you said, 2-3-1. It could have been.
Yeah, yeah. Phil?
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Yeah, I saw a very boring match today. I saw two teams just give away the ball. Possibly there was probably one standout player per team, right? For us, it was Mazrari, um, and for Chelsea, it was Caicedo, right? Other than that, no other players from both sides stood out today. It was a very drab and kind of boring match. Um, yeah, just to echo what JP said, football is all about decision making. Football is played with up here, right? And our front three didn't seem to have it up here today, right? Just to fast forward a bit, when Ruben Amorim comes in, he needs to he has a lot of decisions to make, right? But he has to also analyze this current crop of players because at the end of the day, this team has gone through 7 managers post Sir Alex Ferguson, right? And there's some players who are a common denominator with, let's say, 3/4 of the managers that have been post Alex Ferguson, right? Ruben Amorim, I don't think you know what you have in store for you. You don't. I think we on the panel, we have been watching United from Moyes days, Ole days, Van Hal days, and just recently Ten Hag days as well too, right? So Amarin, brace yourself. The amount of seat belts you're gonna have to put on, and the amount of decisions you're gonna have to make come when you start your job November 11th is gonna be quite overwhelming. Let's put it that way. But just back to the match today, right? Garnacho, I think that he thinks he's better than what he is, right? He models his game off of some superstars, but he doesn't play his actual game, right? But not to end on a positive note, 12 mil for Mazrari, steal of a deal. I performed well at left back, which is not his natural position. He's normally a right back, but Mazrari, I remember in the first match of the season, right? We were like, well, if he keeps up these performances, we won't remember who Wan-Bissaka is, and lo and behold, he's proven us right.
Yeah.
I remember a goddamn thing Wan-Bissaka
But
did.
but before when Basaka leave, I didn't forget him already. I feel like
You harsh boy. But no, you do. Everybody has their right to forget Wan-Bissaka because at the end of the day, Wan-Bissaka was a bit one-dimensional and one-sided, right? But Mazrari is such a breath of fresh air, right? Going forward and defending as well. My gosh, and knows how to pass the football, bruv. Anyway, we move on.
yeah. So Phil would have said something, right? And I guess I would have seen it a bit different because it was a drab game. And drab could mean a few things, right? Drab could mean that it was poor, right? Or drab could mean better control at the game. And for me, what I have been seeing for the entire season, and from what I've seen today, I think we had better control over the game. Yes, it would have had multiple poor passes, but I think for more or less during the game, we were in more control than we have been in recent games. I think before we used to be very reactive, we have having to react to everything. I think today, most of the things were in front of us to deal with, other than chasing it down. So in terms of that job, I would say we had a little more control.
I think Chelsea were more in control of the football today than us because we were looking to hit them on the counter attack, right?
Of course, but on the ball they were a bit better, but we were prepared for that. So it wasn't like they beat us into a corner. We were prepared to to deal with whatever they came with, and I think we dealt with it okay.
I guess so.
Missing that quality in the midfield, and we see in the quality in the midfield.
Ugarte was a mess today, boy. Oh my god.
Yeah, we see we missing the quality in the midfield, but I think we had way more control, and we were facing the ball more than chasing the ball down today. And I think I kind of more or less breathe a fresh breath of air because you're not feeling the anxiety, because for the last few games I have been feeling heavy anxiety watching Manchester United play. And for
you wasn't feeling that today?
I didn't feel that. No, I didn't feel that today as much. As much as the previous games, I didn't feel it as much today, Chef, and I've been honest.
Yeah.
All right. I don't feel anxiety from the time the whistle blew with Manchester United.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
It's true, and I agree with that. But how sometimes I feel during the game, I didn't feel that kind of feeling today. I felt like we were in a bit more control, and I felt that at any point that we could have won the game. And even when we scored, I was feeling like, okay, we're going on to win this game. I didn't feel any way that Chelsea could have scored. I didn't see, outside of that one, that goal more or less what Caicedo would have scored, I didn't see Chelsea scoring.
But I didn't see us scoring. I didn't see us scoring either. I didn't see us scoring either. I honestly did not know where the goal was coming from today. Honestly,
and I agree.
My faith meter is slowly and surely going down for Joshua Zirkzee.
Slowly going down. I'm not giving him nothing. You give Van der Beek any time?
Yeah, but about 2 months.
Yeah, then you give Van der Beek any time. Right. Well, the same time you give Van der Beek, I give it Zirkzee.
Nah.
Zirkzee is a curly head.
Nah.
Holland-based shit out.
No, I'm not taking that.
Chef,
All
when
it-
you look at the
Xerxes
circumstances
coming,
Hey, that is just my opinion.
Xerxes coming to a failing team. I tell you,
All
if
right.
this fella from Sporting who busted ICC as man score some goals looking like Haaland, but like even by the man who play with Sporting for Amarin right now.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Guy
Whatever his name is. And you know if he come United, he gonna be looking worse than Hoyland.
Never. Never.
But
feel like Ole know that.
you can understand why my
Yeah,
faith
we-
meter is going down for Xerxes, right? I just don't know what this guy
Trying.
what we trying to do, right?
Just play simple now. That is all I'm saying. Just play the balls. I might be a little harsh. Really and truly.
Yeah,
I-
no little harsh. No little harsh.
No,
Yeah.
because here's my thing. You know what irritates me with players? When they're trying to do too much when they don't have to.
You find Xerxes try too much?
What?
Today?
But
Today?
Nico, I don't know what Xerxes does, honestly.
Then
What-
it has
what
it
did
has
you do? What did you
why
do?
Xerxes? It has had times Xerxes want to go through three men. Bro, just knock off the ball
Nah.
and put space
No,
now.
but today, no, but chef, talk about today now. Like what?
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Today he did that twice.
So, nah,
Really?
I can't remember
Nah.
seeing that. But to be
Nah.
I
honest,
realized I had to start taking notes every game,
no, but
especially
I
when it
was
comes to Joshua Xerxes.
no, but in terms
Because
of
what
the
you're
Leicester
saying,
game,
man.
right? No, in terms of the Leicester game, to me, he didn't score. He didn't like the game,
Yesterday game he wasn't bad.
but he was okay.
He wasn't bad.
he was
But I
okay.
said
He
that
was
though.
okay, and what I say is, to me, seeing steps of improvement coming into a Chelsea game. Whenever he came in, he would have come into a game at full tilt. And to me, it is always hard to get into the speed of games because for the Leicester
Right.
game, I find he was solid.
When
Honestly.
Xerxes get released for that true ball and he was one on one, nope, he ain't scoring. He ain't scoring.
Yeah, we know that.
He never
I
looked
thought
like he would not score.
He not that quick, but if he was faster, yeah, but like he not that quick.
But he's supposed to be
And
on
if he's like
top
that-
speed.
And if it's a little more confident too.
Confidence.
That,
I think
It's confidence. It's
that was
confidence
one of
because-
the things. That was one of the things that talk about him when bringing him to Manchester. Speed.
Yeah, but Manchester does talk about out here, chef. Come on.
So
we know
Manchester,
that.
wait. So Manchester
Manchester
making him
United.
slow.
No,
it's
he was
not-
always
it's
slow.
not so, you know. It's
But the confidence.
Dan,
If he was,
but what I'm saying is,
take a touch to go to keep
you know,
Yeah.
you know, in FIFA, when they talk about player attributes, one of his attributes was speed.
That's
So
what
what you're telling me
was
now?
told as well too. Yeah, like he fast.
Yeah. So what you're telling
Yeah,
me
but-
now? He's always slow.
But speed against who? Speed against somebody who's slower than him.
That is the Spanish, in the Italian league. Anyhow,
But
well,
what I say, confidence is a hell of a thing. You know, and
he
let me
had no
think about
confidence right now.
exactly. So let me take Berbatov in
I
that
agree with that.
position. Berbatov in that position.
But Berbatov,
Yes,
Berbatov
he's
using his
slow.
body. Berbatov using his body.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yes, because Berbatov had that confidence coming into a winning team,
Yeah.
right? Then Berbatov was scoring that. We sure Berbatov was scoring that, but
I feel even
Lacking a bit of confidence.
even at the start of last season when Rasmus was struggling a bit, Rasmus was scoring that kind of chance.
Possibly.
Rasmus' struggle was more with the team.
I
not
know
creating
the
chances, yeah.
I know the youth young and we had to give him chance, but way boy.
No. It's we bring in. He come in a real pressure situation. As he
Yeah.
didn't have a
Agreed,
He didn't play
agreed.
pre-season with his side, and then he had to step in for Rasmus when they decide to bring him in. And then the team not playing good on top of that. We don't create
Yeah.
chances for the strikers. Nobody else scoring goals. So I now come in this side where I kind of expecting I will get a chance to acclimatize myself to the league and all that. But then I just
Yeah.
get thrown in.
That's
And then
it,
the
yeah.
team not playing
But
good.
And the
but
team not even passing for you.
but Xerxes not the man. Xerxes, to be quite honest, Xerxes not the player that kid me right now at Manchester United. Now, but we gonna come to that.
But we come into that, right? So let me get some comments and we'll come to that.
Because we know who it is.
Yeah. And I have some mixed feelings
Of
with him as well.
Oh God, Chris,
Hey.
Chris, free lunch for you this week, boy. You read my mind?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, Chris. Good night, man. Right? Garnacho too selfish. Rashford should have stayed on. And I guess
It's that yellow
hind-
card. It was a yellow card.
hindsight is golden, earlier.
No, but I honestly think the only reason why he took off Rash was because of
the
that.
yellow card.
Rash was emotional.
Nah. That was a poor decision. I don't
You think you should have leave him on still?
Yeah, Rashford senior,
Yeah.
you know.
Because
And he
Ugarte
don't
stay.
have
To manage.
he don't have to make as much tackles when you think about it. He's a winger.
Ugarte stayed on longer than
chance
Rashford.
a wing on a yellow card. You could chance a wing on a yellow card.
Yeah.
All you could tell me what all you think. All you will never hear me talk about this, but I had to say it. The officiating was terrible today.
Again, come now, man. What's new?
Also, okay, so all you agree with me.
Yeah, of course.
Dan,
Chef, that penalty was against West Ham. What Oliver would have called. Anybody in the world could tell me that call was good. So when it is we just get proper refereeing.
Yeah.
Dan, but as I say, I don't talk about it because I believe in the long run football does balance out. But today, boy, cool.
Every call was against us.
It was just terrible, boy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I've never seen.
He fall down and is African.
Foul. Yeah.
I see Mazraoui win a ball from Pedro Neto today, boy.
Yes, and getting pulled down.
A referee called for Chelsea free kick. I say, well, boy.
Right. So we are Richard. Richard, thanks.
Hey, Richard. Good night, brother.
Good night, Richard.
Yeah.
Welcome, buddy.
To me, I ain't seen nothing to be excited about now. But I just excited about not losing right now. I just excited about not losing. But see, that losing feeling that it has be feeling, I excited not feeling that. Right? I know Chelsea man can't talk to me either because they should have lost.
No Chelsea man can't tell me nothing. Because them thought I was going to put about 10 on me today.
Exactly. Right? Richard said, nah, don't do Jay-Z that. Van der Beek come from a proper running side that was in the Champions League semi-final, but Jay-Z young and he needs a little time. I would hear Richard. Richard saying, plus I find Hoyland and Owen and he not getting no kind of service. Normal thing.
Normal thing for this. Garnacho realized he could cross when the game nearly done, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Ciao. However, you pronounce this good night. Thanks for having you. First time here, guys. Hey, welcome to All in All United. Our best signing in the summer is Mazraoui. There's a lot of work.
That goes without saying.
When Amorim arrives.
Yeah.
Eric, Rasmus was fouled many times.
Many times.
And the times when he wasn't fouled at all.
And that centre back, who was the centre back?
Calling against Rasmus. Rasmus fouled.
For Fofana. And that man, he gets a card for the game.
I think so.
No,
the person who was fouling Rasmus.
I don't feel he get no card, boy. I don't feel he get a card for the game, you know. To me, I think it's one Chelsea yellow card show, you know.
Check
it now. But then that man was fouling. I all for a centre back doing his work, but he was fouling Rasmus.
Yeah.
So boy, Chef, right? Yeah, only now. Malo Gusto got one yellow card, but in the 94th minute.
That's what I'm telling you. I know I'm not going mad. Yeah. I know that Chelsea ain't get no cards. That any call, what was remotely, and I'm saying this, remotely 50-50, Chelsea get the call.
Yes.
If that calls wasn't even 50-50, Chelsea was getting. And we playing at home? Come on, boy.
Hey, look, we have Reem on the inside. Hey, Reem, good night, man.
Oh, Reem.
We have a Zurski jersey for sale, Reem. Oh, gosh, boy. I was expecting you to have a little more patience.
You see any lights?
I was hoping Reem to have a little more patience, Reem. Reem, you're limited up. Right?
Thank you very much, Reem.
After we had how many years Oh gosh,
Weghorst.
Anthony Martial.
Van
Yeah?
yeah.
The amount of
No,
patience
hey,
we
don't
had.
be on Mas. Nah,
We-
don't
hey,
put Martial in this.
the
You're
amount of
wicked.
He used
the
all
amount of
his patience with
patience.
Martial. You see. He used
Hey,
all the patience with Martial, so he had no more.
I want of patience we had with Anthony Martial. In less than 3 months to give up on Zerski? No, man.
oh, but
Right?
the curly, the
I
curly,
can't be wearing that
the
jersey
curly
again.
hair, the
I
curly
only
hair
wear it
boy,
once.
hot in my eye, boy.
Oh, God. 300. Zerski jersey for sale. I go check your ring.
Nobody
Hey,
want that. You
I go
can get
check.
100.
When he started,
Can get
when he started
100.
perform, when he started perform, I go
Yeah,
here earlier.
it's
Yeah,
a
so,
recordings.
yes, right? So, I have a question, right? And I put this to Chef. What has Rude done differently? I don't know. And in terms of how are you feeling about the team and what you think Rude has done differently?
Um, but I tell you, I don't personally, I don't believe in conspiracy thing. But I will say one thing. But I really feel like them fellas. I thought them fellas had the manager back, you know. But
I
you
feel so
see,
too.
men giving, the little extra effort. You see, even Old Trafford. Rude is a legend. So you see, even Old Trafford for 90 minutes supporting the team even harder. I will say I seen a little before I say this. So today, right? I listened to the game. I was in the car. So I was more listening to it than watching, because obviously I drive it. And it's not too much idiots on the road right now.
Plenty.
So if you listen to Manchester play, and even my girl, who's not even a football fan like that, you know what she said? She and all said, babe, Manchester makes too much little mistakes in the flow of the game. Then if you just listen, Manchester will be playing good, and then little mistakes. What top teams shouldn't be doing is what killing us, boy. So I will say, and this has been going on for a long while. So I will say we making a little less mistakes. Rude defensive, we be looking better. We are looking at a little more
What he do?
confidence.
But what he do? What he do? What do you think he did? Is the same players? Did the
It's the
same
same,
team
it's the same players.
Gonna play
Basically
the same team
the
today?
same formation. So it's not to say he do. I will say something though. He's certainly a lot more hard. He did something today that I swear we as Manchester United fans, and it was a little thing, but it make me smile. When he put Lindelof to play defensive mid, how many years we begging for that?
Yeah.
When I see Lindelof going into that position today, I say, but what the hell is this boy? How much years Manchester United fans have been begging to try Lindelof in that position? So on the field, we certainly looking a little better. I didn't get to really weigh in on the first question about between us and Chelsea. I will say Chelsea had more control of the game, but we would certainly more dangerous than them.
For sure.
So I will say it seemed that his imprint, that the man was energy different. People say that a coach don't have to stand up whole game, he don't have to be, but then watch how excited Van Nistelrooy is, dog. That energy that kind of aura had to come out on your team then.
Yeah.
You had to be a robot for the man who leading all you. Have this excitement and this want to succeed, and that in all you're not feeling that passion. Then you know one thing, and again, because Martial, a good example, Martial used to be accused of it, you know, but with Ten Hag, you never used to see that passion. It could be by the end he was so weighed down and so frustrated he didn't have it again. But you're seeing all that from Van Nistelrooy. So I guess for me, all that is affecting the team.
Yeah.
I can add a little to what Chef said before you
That's all.
continue.
That's all. Yeah. So guys in the comments, give us your thoughts on this as well, right? So Phil, go ahead.
Oh no, I can be short. A little guy from Ivory Coast is all of a sudden smiling when he coming onto the field.
Yeah. I saw.
He wasn't smiling at the
saw that.
My man in the last 2 games, camera was zooming on his face. And my man showing
total different vibe from him.
But I don't know if it's because the goal that had just scored.
No, but no, you see it in it. He looked different. Did you see him when he was warming up?
No.
He was excited even warming up. The camera went on him even when he was warming up. He was even excited. And it's ironic because he's still coming off the bench. Mind you, he's coming off the bench a lot earlier now.
With a smile.
Yeah.
With a smile and with the enthusiasm. I don't know what to say again because in my honest opinion, Ahmad is our best overall attacker, but maybe that's just, I don't know, and he's not the decision maker, but that to me, you see the difference when he come on as in comparison to Nacho or Rashford, because he could go inside, he could go outside, but he's an unselfish player, he's a team player, and that's what you want from a winger.
Yeah. So before I come to you, JP, let me just get some of the comments. We are reading here again. Now I can't believe we fall off so bad in the strikers department. Hoyland is best, Zerski worse. Insert Phil signature gesture. Oh God. Hey. He said, Alan, good night, sir. He said, men dung tools for Ten Hag to be fired last weekend. So the up it to save his job for the FA Cup final and dung it.
That's what I tell you. I don't know if to buy into that whole conspiracy thing. No?
Right? I really said Martial made up for his lethargy with his quality, but Zerski big and tall, only falling like the Berlin Wall. Hey, Peter, good night, man. Good night, fellas.
Good night, Peter. Good night, brother.
That what Rude doing, and as we're talking about Rude, you know what I mean, the excitement and the energy, we getting meant to come back out, the lively. You see, I'll talk about Garnacho, that coming, next one. Next point is Garnacho.
Boy,
right?
Garnacho, boy.
Oh, gosh. Eric Lewis saying Onana needs to pass quicker out the back. The lane is creating huge pressure. I have a question mark over this earlier because why?
I get where the person coming from though. I get where the person coming from.
I get where the person coming from, but it could be to our own demise because he throw that ball early and lose it with everybody out of position and goal score. Is a next situation.
I understand, and I'm sure Phil was going to say the same thing too. I understand where the guy coming from, but you know what? It could also be to Nico's point that we taking too long to reset.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant point. Because to me, if it is because he don't want to leave himself exposed.
Of course not.
Hey, if I throw this ball and leave, look where this one is, look where that one is, look where that one is.
If men resetting quicker, then you're getting an early pass from Onana. That will be bringing for.
To be fair, Onana ain't doing anything stupid this season.
Yeah. That ability to get today, catching nice, but I can't even fault him for that.
Yeah, what I think the person talking about is more when like they pass back to him and he
pass back to him, yeah.
He taking some lazy 3 steps and he will pull back and look around.
Yeah.
And sometimes looking at the game from like the angle we will see it, you would see a pass and think, I just make that pass faster, but sometimes he would delay, and then you might see more the Chelsea players or whoever we play, they start to see them coming forward more and closing down past the lane. So
you realize I was trying to pressure?
Yeah, so sometimes he just left with the option hits it long, and then when he hits it long, we don't really win that second ball, and then we under pressure. So sometimes I could see where he coming from, where it's about early, easy pass, just make it.
Just make it, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So JP, so we get into the hot topic tonight, boy. You know?
Yes.
And the hot topic is Garnacho, right? And my question is, and you could add all your frills and everything else after, but is Garnacho being given too many chances?
Yes. Plain and simple, yes, because the thing is, like I say in the start, I still see Garnacho as an impact player coming off the bench. I think what has happened at Man United is the individual moments that we know some players could bring has earned them the right to stay in this team. We saw it with McTominay when he scored the 2 goals for Brentford, and after that it meant that McTominay was once again an integral part of Ten Hag's plan. Garnacho scored his bicycle against Everton. He scored some vital goals for us. I don't want to downplay his contribution at all. Scored some vital goals for the team. But at the same time, we have not seen the development of Garnacho's decision making. Every opportunity this young boy gets, he wants to either take on too many players or try and take shots from distances that are too far out or from angles that are too tight, and he's not looking for the pass. You have at least 2 or 3 still shots today of moments where Garnacho could have made an early, easy pass and decided to either run with the ball or take a shot today alone. And that is why I was saying, even though Rashford was in a yellow today, Garnacho was totally poor. He had a very poor 90 minutes today. And Rashford is a player who could have, because he's a winger, as I said, he's a winger. Rashford not as much in danger to get a second yellow if you keep him on. And he's a senior player, so you should be able to trust him to keep a cool head. And I think he was doing more in terms of looking for teammates, especially with our early ball.
Yeah.
When he collected the ball anyway, he was looking early for who in the box. So he was doing more in terms of trying to be productive. Even when he went down the left, one of the best moments he had was when he went down the left. And I think I can't remember who he take on at that time. I don't remember who it was, but it was
it was 2 of them.
Yeah. Right. So I think the way he was performing, it was disappointing and rude for that decision that he made to leave Garnacho, because at the end of the day, Rashford is a senior, experienced player. And I keep saying that in the front line, when you're making changes and you're taking out the senior experienced man for somebody like, and you're leaving Garnacho on, who is just there making poor decision after poor decision, then we're spoiling Garnacho because we know the talent that he has. But I think we're doing more harm than good right now by allowing him to continue with what is happening. But what I loved today was Casemiro's reaction to him. People thought Casemiro was reacting to the referee, but Casemiro was reacting to Garnacho today.
Yes.
When Garnacho lose the ball and he jogging back.
Yeah. He jogging back horse.
But don't pass the ball to him and he hand in the air.
Yeah.
He be rating you. He vex with you when he don't get the ball. But he not running back and doing what he's supposed to do. And we see it from Rashford. The crowd was applauding, Old Trafford was applauding Rashford for his efforts today in the defensive work. So again,
but that's what you want.
So I want to show you. So I think, yes, Garnacho getting too many chances, and Rudo have much games in charge, but I think it's important for the culture of the club for him to make a decision and put Garnacho on the bench for the next game. I think
Next
Garnacho
couple
has
of
to be
games.
the next game at least. He has to be on the bench and come on for if at all for a short time because he have to know his place. And it's important to do it from now. He have to know his place.
Yeah. So Phil, so this one is for you, right? So do you think that Manchester United, right, in terms of maybe the coaching, maybe say even from Ten Hag to Ruud, is trying to I don't want to say play Ganacho into form, but force Ganacho into developing into who they hope he can develop into?
All right, the first thing what you do, Nico, is to go through the comments and clear off the comments that have nothing to do
All
with
right, all right,
Garnacho,
all right.
and then come back to me.
Well, all right. Think about it. Sorry, realize there was some
Well,
thinking time.
I ain't gonna think about it, but still,
You not much to think
Right?
about.
trust me.
I agree with you, Chef. Rashford and AG 17 greedy. Right? I guess today, from what JP was saying, Rashford was the more the facilitator and Garnacho was the greedy one. Right?
Yeah.
You were saying Ugarte brain does work slower than his feet. How that man could be fouling so but you see the man aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive.
The man aggressive and I like the aggression.
We need that.
Yeah, it's just a catchy timing.
Yeah. And the thing about it is as much as he does foul, he doesn't really get a card.
Yeah.
You know, it's to be some little small fouls and to me, sometimes you need that now. Somebody to break up the game.
Today?
To break up the rhythm, yeah.
He got caught today.
Right? But I mean, he does be so aggressive that to me, it does be a bit of controlled aggression where he, all right, stop the game. And sometimes that stopping at the game does help.
Yeah.
You know, because so much time we just see players brush past and McTominay and we just say, oh, go McTominay foul him himself now. McTominay couldn't even get in a position to foul. You know, so I think work in progress. But I like the aggression. Right? David Dennis, good night, man. We better sign Watson Duke as a striker. Good boy. Peter said it was a different feeling with these players. I don't know if it is early days and they're excited that Eric Ten Hag, but everything put in his shift. Mazzuari was mint. All right, but everyone I guess put in a shift. And
Mazzuari was the boss.
Yeah, Mazzuari had an excellent game today. James Scott, pleasant night from Simba. All right. I still find some reason we're looking out of sorts. Right? Everyone came on with enthusiasm and purpose. I don't know if it's early days because Eric Ten Hag left, but everyone put in a shift. But more selfless football needed by some players like Garnacho. Right. So I guess yes, correct. Can you? Right. Garnacho is an excellent player, but mindset development needs to get better. He should be rotated with Ahmad, who I think is way better and has more impact because he is a magician. I can see a little Latapi in him, boy. Hey, Mickey, good night, man. Garnacho needs the bench. Phil?
Yeah, perfect. Somebody needs to humble Garnacho. Somebody needs to not argue with him when he does shit in the first half and parts the second half. You come here. Have a seat, I bring it on Ahmad. Or have a seat, I bring it on whoever, right? Somebody needs to humble him. You scored all of these spectacular goals. Doing not being able to do the basics, but you doing the spectacular is almost like you're trying to run before you can walk, right? I've looked at the likes of David Silva and Bernardo Silva when they were at Manchester City. And those guys know how to control a game from the wing. And that's something that we need to instill into Rashford and Garnacho, right? Not to go off on Rashford, but I saw somebody pass the ball to Rashford in the second half, right? And Rashford had acres of space to run in and take on whoever their whoever their centre back was, because I know Mark Cucurella was out of position. So all Rashford had to do was running and take on their centre back, right? And Rashford wants to cross the ball one time, hoping to find either Højlund or Garnacho, right? Anyway, back to Garnacho, right? The guy's ego is up there. And like I said, somebody needs to knock him back down and say, you know what? You're at this level. We want you to get to this level, but you're not at this level as yet, right? As I said at the beginning of the podcast, football is all about decision making. And Garnacho's decision making is at -1 out of 10. Right?
Atrocious.
If football's a team, look, maybe I'm old school. Maybe I don't know. If football's a team game, why you want to take on the burden of 10 other players when you can just include the other 10 other players in the team? I just don't get it, right? I'll be honest. A lot of people have this hype over Garnacho. I can see why, but the guy is so inconsistent. He is. We need to find somebody, whether it be the incoming coach, the incoming head coach and his coaching staff, to sit him down and look for him to model his game off of certain players, right? At the end of the day, you're no Frank Ribery, you're not Arjen Robben, right? You're Alejandro Garnacho. You're not disciplined enough to change a game, because one thing that I realized about this team of players is that when we go a goal down or we're chasing the goal, everybody wants to be the hero.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get the ball, give the ball to me, and let me see if we can score a spectacular goal, run into the crowd, celebrate, sit down on the sides, show my jersey to the crowd, and I make the paper the next day, right? I saw in the first half, and I guess JP mentioned this as well too. You saw in the first half where he wasn't receiving the ball, and whenever the other players who didn't pass the ball to him made a mistake, his hands are flaring up, and I'm assuming he's letting go some curse words, whatever, right? Yes, you have your right to be frustrated, fair enough, but don't show that same energy when we give you the ball and you do shit as well too, right? Apologize.
Get back. Use that energy to get back.
When Casemiro, because at the end of the day, Casemiro did go in on him during the game, but he did put an arm around his shoulder at the end of the game to like explain why he did that thing, right? And that's why I was confused by the Marcus Rashford substitution, because Marcus Rashford was working his feet, his tail off today. He was.
Exactly.
So I mean, to say that he was on a yellow card, if Marcus Rashford was a midfielder like Ugarte, I would understand, but he's a winger. He's not making rash tackles per se. But Garnacho, when I don't know if anybody who goes to horse racing, horse blinkers like this here.
Blinders.
Sorry. But
Blinders.
That's Garnacho for you.
Yeah.
Just looking straight.
You don't see nothing else.
And you want to know the worst part? People on social media are saying that he's trying his best to model his game off of an early Cristiano Ronaldo.
So they say.
I watched some highlights of Cristiano Ronaldo in his halfway through his second season, and so don't get me wrong, Cristiano Ronaldo, when he first burst onto the scene, was very selfish, but Ronaldo
and annoying
as well too, right? But I think it was halfway through the second season and going into his third season, Ronaldo started to get more players involved.
Yep.
This is not a game of golf. This is not a game of tennis where it's individual brilliance. Other players around you make you look good. For all these superstars like Lionel Messi, they still got the Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, Busquets that will make them look good. For Ronaldo at Real Madrid, it was Benzema, it was Modric, Casemiro, whoever, right? At the end of the day, in order for you to look good, others around you must also look good as well too, right? If you playing shit, others gonna play shit as well too, and vice versa.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from you is coaching. So it may be some of Garnacho yet, but more coaching. Because I think Garnacho have the tools. I think Garnacho has the tools to be a world class talent, right?
Yeah.
But I think what he's missing is coaching, and coaching in terms of here what? Okay, let me say I pull a video, I show you, hey, you could have passed here, here, and here, and then in the next game you don't do it. Maybe you need to sit down and watch it up,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Because every
I
game
can
we
get
see the
behind
same
that.
thing over
Agreed.
and over and over. Okay, so
Agreed.
in good positions which he does be at most times, very good positions,
Very
but his
good
Yeah.
positions.
end product is the problem. And if it is that we could get a coach who could sit down with Ganacho and and get into his head that, hey, as Phil was saying, this is a team sport, right? I saw Ganacho get some chances today. Even if you're being selfish, you had to take them chances.
Yeah.
That hit the mark now.
You
Make
had
the
to take
keeper
them
save
chances.
now.
The best chances fell to him today. No?
Exactly. And
JP, the
Bruno,
best chance.
you want to
JP,
call for
the best
Bruno?
chances just fall to him
Oh,
most games.
Jesus. No,
Yeah.
because he has been in good positions. He's
He's good
definitely been in good
Yes.
positions.
Yeah.
But again, is coaching, coaching
Mhm.
to know, to develop that killer instinct, when to pass, when to shoot, and the accuracy. I think he will get it, but it depends on proper coaching. Um,
Yeah.
and then talk about chances. That chance Bruno got, for Bruno quality in
Had to do
front of
better.
goal like that,
Had to do
Yeah.
better
blaze it
Yeah.
like that
in that moment.
in that moment,
Yeah.
because why, as Phil say, he don't see his name in the headlines.
But
Yeah.
He would have seen his name in the headlines before he
everybody
shoots.
everybody want to one up Caicedo. Caicedo's goal was a great
Yeah.
goal. It was.
Funny enough, Paul Scholes said the same thing about Rashford chance. He said Rashford tried to make the goal look better. The one that the volley
Yeah,
that come
yeah,
off the
yeah,
That
post.
yeah.
Bruno said him.
Yeah, Paul
The one
Scholes say
time.
Paul Scholes say that he tried to make that goal look better than it is. Yes, it's a difficult skill, but he said the way Rashford hit it is like he tried to make it look better than it is. If he
He
had
tried to hit that
simplified,
with
And
the
he said it with
outside of his
Bruno.
foot. He tried to do a
yeah,
Bruno.
right, that's the thing. So that it's like they want to score spectacular goals as opposed to just scoring goals.
That's because
Exactly.
you're right, JP. Because that ball, he didn't have to try and hit that. He could have tried, as we say, it's a very difficult skill. But
Yeah.
he could have tried to drive that with the instep instead of trying to put it on the outside of that foot, so which I think
Yeah.
is so much more difficult.
But
Yeah.
but as you say, Nico, is I would say about 75% is all down to coaching. And that coaching could be me taking you and showing you what you did well, first things first,
Yeah,
but then what you can
yeah,
improve
Yeah.
on. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so much things that
And when
Garnacho has to
they're in those
improve on.
positions the next time, I want to see execute that.
Mhm.
John, come
Right?
on,
When so
get some
if you sit
shot.
down with you and I coach you, and then the next game you do the same thing, then you have to sit down.
Yeah, that's
You
But,
know,
but,
you
but,
have to
but,
sit
but
down.
before you move on, I don't know if you guys can answer this question because the other 5 coaches couldn't do it. This new coach, Ruben Amorim, does he have the balls? Does he have the cojones to do this?
Yep.
Well,
he say he
well,
getting
I
the
don't know.
team how
I
he
can't
wants it
answer.
to. He glad
I
that he basically again are struggling. So he coming in there with a struggling team
I don't know
knowing
if boy.
well I don't know if he
Don't,
know.
don't get it twisted. All of us
I don't
on
know if
this
he know.
panel were excited about Eric Ten Hag's appointment be due to what he did at Ajax.
Yeah.
Based
Yeah, no,
on the
listen.
style of
Yeah,
football.
but it's an
Listen.
excitement right now. No?
Listen, no,
No.
Amaran,
I'm comparing how the
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
managers were hired, right? In terms of like you have an up and coming manager who played well with Ajax
It's
and
the
has a
same thing.
philosophy and did well against Real Madrid in Champions League and all of this other
Yeah.
stuff that we were hyped about with Eric Ten Hag. And lo and behold, sacked.
Yeah. I know that's why for me, I not getting hyped with Amaran. I am saying 100% backing him. Come in and do what you have to do. I up to now, I ain't look at a video of what Amaran team
Same.
Because I
style
don't
is.
care.
Same.
I
I don't care.
don't
Exactly.
care.
Exactly.
I
What he
know
is
you
doing,
need to get-
what he's doing for Sporting Lisbon right now, I could give 2 shits about.
Yes, I
Yeah.
don't
what
care.
he is. I don't want to see it because it was the same thing as you saying, Phil. That is what
Exactly.
because Ten Hag was the next manager. That was the next one.
Big
Right?
man.
He was the next big name.
Big man, you know
And
how you know how
Amorim
you know how many
is the
rival
same
fans were jealous that we had signed Eric Ten Hag as
Yes.
our
thing.
manager?
Yes. You remember he was supposed to be the tactical genius.
Yeah.
Of course.
So let me get
It's the
some
same
comments.
thing with Amorim. So we went through
Yeah.
this earlier. I know put my
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't
I
gassing up
understand.
nobody. I just waiting.
Yeah.
I waiting to see.
I just watch
Right?
it. I just watch it. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. So Peter saying Garnacho is an excellent player, but mindset and development needs to get better. He should be rotated with Ahmad, who think, okay, I think I said that already. Right?
And I just say
Yeah.
something to that though.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
even think it's a matter of just. I don't want no player to be comfortable enough on our team. So the rotation shouldn't be just rotated with Ahmad, you know. It should be a rotation among all the wingers. Well, with the exception of Anthony. And even Anthony, because he on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find
It's
someone playing somewhere.
nobody's supposed to be so comfortable that you know to yourself, no matter what should I do, I start it next game.
Mickey saying, yes, Philly didn't utilize his spaces for 3/4 of the game. I don't know if you talk about Rashford.
Rashford, yeah.
Rashford.
Yeah, King and really pre. Rashford and Garnacho have a counter-attacking mentality. We don't know about knock and move. But that's how they was coached.
Yeah. But I think
That's how Manchester has been playing. Every coach, that's the tactic.
Change up his game, Rashford
Hit
playing
ball.
differently. He doing more of this than
And I agree.
Garnacho.
And I agree, especially on the right-hand side.
Yeah. And another, as you said, that Nico, and that's the next thing what aggravated me with Garnacho. Dan, the man Hamaswari doing too much work, boy. Dan, you supposed to be helping on defense, Dan. I watch a man stand up today and watching Mazrari face up on two players and make an effort, you know.
Yeah. I saw that.
But chef, forget overlapping where you got Garnacho on your side. Because that
Boy,
guy is not giving you the ball.
He's
Forget
not giving you the
overlapping.
ball.
Yeah. We start
And I sure my neighbors and them must be think it has somebody in my house named Effin Garnacho because they just hear it so much. I'm sure that there's say, nah, it has somebody named Garnacho in the house.
Because people say, as Keith said, in great teams, players hold each other accountable. That is lacking severely in this team. It's pathetic to watch. I think as I think JP would have said, Casemiro, he tried to hold Garnacho accountable today.
He have to, because there's a senior player.
Yeah.
You ain't getting paid the big bucks just for what you do individually. You have to show leadership. And this is something we keep on talking about on the pod and as Manchester fans, that the team lacking leadership so badly.
Yeah. Right. Ismail Batiste, good night, man. Garnacho needs to be properly coached. He is a winger yet playing like a striker or centre forward. Yes, he wants to be like CR7, but CR7 started off as a winger. His assists and complete game was the best. Garnacho will be a top player. He just needs that one-on-one coaching that Ferguson used to do with his players. Right?
Rearrange the last sentence in that comment where I would say Garnacho needs coaching in order to become a top player.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Phil, you are 100% correct. But don't you think it's better?
It's because?
It is because for so long we haven't had a proper winger that he automatically feels is the next best thing because of what everyone is telling him. So people around need to remind him that he still has flaws. Just saying.
But to that point though, Dan, besides being a footballer, I'm sure you just watch football that. You have to know, and you know what does get me about Manchester United players, but namely Garnacho, because he showed it today. Dan, if that man want to, he could cross, All you see him for the last must be the last 5 minutes of the game. All of a sudden, he started to cross the ball. I said, but wait, I say you can't cross.
Right?
That is
Eric,
a
you were saying that
winger.
he's a
He's
good
not no
player.
inverted striker. He's a winger. But like
I don't
everybody,
think we sure that, you know. We sure that?
that is a winger with
sure.
must be 0 assists. Because like none of we wingers, we wide men interested.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if he's a winger.
That is why. That is why. This handicap one does walk back into the side, because it's only when short in the team you know you're gonna get crosses, you know you're gonna get overlapping.
Yeah.
I, as a wing back, will have 0 confidence to play with. Well, maybe more with Rashford, but you see with Garnacho, because I know I can't overlap and I can't move forward too much because he's not keeping my position for me.
Yeah, but then but let me ask the question: what is the purpose of a striker at Manchester United?
That's right. And
to occupy defenders. Occupy
strikers that suffer because you have wingers. Dan, when we watch world football, every team in the world, every team, regardless of who they have on the wing, the wingers, the wide men that's been looking to put that ball inside to the strikers to the midfield. Manchester United is we wingers and them fielders the forwards.
Yeah.
And that you see that mentality, you see that needs to be taken out of the team, boy, because we will go no way. Strikers will. When last we had a striker scoring more than 15 goals. Because you're not getting service. So as a striker now, you have to be playing on bits and scraps. Come on, man.
But if you are a striker at Manchester United, you will be starving for service. Yeah. Here's the thing. As a winger, your job is to provide service for the striker. No. If you see your striker struggling or the opposition centre-back is locking down your striker, that is when you then take it on yourself to cause problems and look to go for goal. Garnacho does the opposite.
Yeah.
He does it in reverse. He looks to go for glory and then he forget, oh shoot, I'm a winger. Let me try to assist Højlund. That time, whatever striker is in in the opposition box is already frustrated because Garnacho is not
passing, to play
anything. Yeah. So your blood is boiling. You're frustrated. Now all of a sudden, Garnacho passes to you because the last
you're in shock. You're not in shock when I pass them.
But here we're going on. The last 10 plays, Garnacho going for goal. You on the 11th play, you could tell yourself, well, Garnacho going for goal as well. All of a sudden, Garnacho passed the ball to you. What you as a striker supposed to do? Oh shoot! Yeah, he passed to me. Yeah. Okay, what am I gonna do now?
What to do now? You know?
and to Phil's point there, and now you as a striker, because remember, part of being great strikers is being able to almost telepathically make a run, knowing that ball is going to come there and you're going to be on the end of it. But if, as we just say, the man make 10 run and he ain't put that ball, you feel and you're getting this every game. And mind you, you're not standing on one spot, you're running. So for 80-something minutes, you running and that man ain't putting that ball for you. What you feel gonna happen, boy?
You know, you go for one fair.
Well, you can imagine a striker breaking sweat and then touch the football only touch the football once or twice for half an hour, bruv.
Let me get you the comments. Right? So Eric said Garnacho is a good player, but he thinks he's Ronaldo. Mazraoui made a long busting run, and Garnacho completely ignored him. One of his many mistakes.
A few times.
Yeah. There's no unity in mentality or direction in this squad, I guess, or mentality or direction in the squad. Too easily they devolve into individualism. Right?
Yeah.
If you say I haven't been on a while, you are still holding the fort. Yeah. My 2 cents. I was jet lagged a bit, so analysis may be biased. All right, positives. We took a point off a top 4 team. Positive, Mazwari Onono coming out his 6-yard and pull deadly crossballs out. I think he did well with that. Positive, no one licked down that referee. Positive and negative. Alejandro borrowed. Rashford, low IQ card clearly, right? Yeah. Negatives, I thought as much man with the tiki-taka hat could have come on and pulled strings.
Ericsson.
He injured.
He injured.
He injured.
Yeah, he injured.
That's the reason why he injured.
Yeah. Negative when I say time is still off. He's like Stelios. Right. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, they have plenty of.
I didn't know Eric was injured.
Jerome Foster, good night, man. So wait, where the bounce?
Well, we ain't lost. Well, we ain't lost. We ain't lose.
It was 10 Aguila lost, and we should have. To me, we should have won because that's the chance.
So we should have won this game.
And with Garnacho, with Bruno, I think we had the clearer chances to win the game today.
To Jerome point, right? Jerome said no excuse for the man. They lack common sense. Coaching needed for that. And while Jerome, because you know me, I's the aggressive one. I understand what you're saying to a point, but understand what we're saying, right? The word coaching is about guidance. Coaching is about telling you, not only telling you, but showing you, listen, if you do this way, it would make it easier for the team and it will develop you. So that's why every single team have coaches and not just players to run wild on our field. So what we are saying now is our coaches have to talk to Garnacho and actually coach him. Yes, you have to have common sense. Don't get me wrong. But with the absence of common sense and decision making, okay, my job is to coach you. Bro, come. Let me watch the tapes on them. You see what I'm showing you? If you had made that extra pass there, it could have been goal. If you had made that extra pass and run on, because you know what the thing is, he team looking for you, The rest of Manchester players that's been looking for Garnacho, but Garnacho ain't looking for them,
Yeah.
So that is to Jerome's comment, bro. We get what you're saying about the common sense. Good Lord, no, it does be lacking bad, but that's the part about having a club with proper coaching standards.
Yeah, and then too, we also to remember that these players are young players, eh?
Yeah.
I think we don't get that part.
Just to add on to Jerome's comment, right? There's a fine line between common sense and coaching. Common sense is like not passing the ball across the 6-yard box. Common sense is more you on a yellow card, don't do stupidness, don't go in a rash tackles, let the player walk by you. Don't hold back his shirt. That's common sense. There are very subtle things in football that you must have common sense for, right?
Yeah.
But for a coach to sit down with you and to show you videos on where you can improve, every single video that he shows you has to be after every single game. But you as a player, there's a saying that all of us probably grew up with where you can take the horse or cow to water, but you can't force him to drink, right? We can show Garnacho as much videos as he wants. The onus is up to him to improve. And if he doesn't want to improve, the coaches at Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, and these guys going to have to find another player that's willing to listen to the coaches.
And that is exactly our point, Phil. That it had to have consequences to actions. It had to have
Yeah.
accountability. And these are the things that are missing and have been missing severely because coaches have always showed favoritism to players. So a player know that why go and do that extra for if I could get away with this.
Yeah. So I think you answered this question, and we agreed as well that there must have consequences for continuous poor decisions, and that is
Yeah.
what we haven't been seeing, as we say, due to maybe favoritism, possibly, but definitely there need to be consequences.
Totally agree with you, Jerome. Totally.
Yeah. Right. Where will we? So much of them. Right.
Thanks for the comments, everybody. Keep on sending them up.
The comments.
Yeah, man.
Nice,
How long we complain about the same nonsense with these players? These fellas will only change when they are held accountable, right?
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
business for Amarin is to let them know who is the boss, and this must be reinforced by in-house executive structure. If not, the players will sack him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is that next mentality. You know, we always a real favorite word is player power.
Yeah.
But that player power shit does only exist at United. Every other team generally knows the manager is the boss. You play for your manager, you play for your manager's instructions. And if you don't play at your manager's instructions, you know, your truth will get bust.
Yeah. So Peter saying the new coach is very cocky, right, and has a track record of getting the best out of players, according to reports. But like everything, you have to be cautiously optimistic. I am just happy that a change in coach has been made, because what else to change again to start seeing results? Yeah.
Players.
This current team, Ishmael said this current team would have benefited a lot by having Luke Shaw and Antonio Valencia in the pit. Well, let's talk about Luke Shaw. Well, come now, man.
Bun Luke Shaw. Bun. I'm not to sell next year, boy.
Chef, good point. Oh, sorry.
We really talk about Luke Shaw.
Yeah. Ishmael, nah, so good.
Don't do me that. Don't do me that. Right now, I wish I had the power to terminate Luke Shaw contract. Real talk.
I too.
Yeah.
But you know how many notifications I got this season saying that Luke Shaw has had a setback.
Yep.
Boy, bun Luke Shaw, boy, sell that guy next year,
boy.
And
I do, and people might feel me harsh, but understand something. We don't support Manchester United. We're not supporting Manchester United players.
Yeah, harsh, Chef. Let me ask you a question. Luke Shaw was signed under Louis van Gaal. Chef, tell me how many full seasons Luke Shaw has had since signing under Louis van Gaal. Tell me.
One.
Harsh.
Bun
Luke Shaw. Bun.
One. In close to what, 8 years? One.
Shaw. He can get sold next summer. Bun him.
Right, so Peter said, Chef, good point. The wingers supposed to provide crosses. That's why our strikers played like false nine and trying to come in to build play. Right, just to get a touch outside of the 18 yard.
Because that is what the coach that has been met. Dan, let me be real. When was the last time we had out and out wingers? You might know better than me. When was the last time we had wingers?
Nani and who?
Antonio Valencia.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Nah, man. After that, we had wingers, man.
Antonio Valencia.
And this was before Valencia became a right back?
Yeah.
Valencia was better as a right back.
It was better as a right back.
So, with the 1 foot self. So all right, so then we could say the last time we had, and that was on Valencia was on right back, our right wing. Who would have been the left wing at that time?
Maybe Giggs was around in them time.
Giggs was around.
Would have been Giggs. Nah, man. Giggs. How long Giggs play after Fergie?
2009. Giggs wasn't under Van Gaal. Giggs was under Moyes, I think.
Giggs finished under Moyes.
I think so, yeah.
Nah.
Giggs was interim after. He was interim after.
And then he come interim.
That's a good question. But
Maybe.
what wingers? So what wingers we had?
Imagine this. So all this is what going on, right? All this is what going on, and we here is super fans who know this team, and we catching the
Rashford here a while, Anthony Marcel was here a while.
Angel Di Maria.
Angel, well, he didn't really last.
So you see what I'm talking about. It has basically become the club's DNA that we dependent on. And I want to bet that question I just asked. I want to bet that will coincide with the drop off on our strikers scoring.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it goes hand in hand. Think about it. So the club's DNA has almost been the wide men had to provide the goals, not the strikers. That's crazy.
One thing I could say since Ruud has been an interim, all in United and the facilitators, guy, extra excitement. Many want to lock off. Right? Hey, extra level of excitement.
Nah, right? Tell it, everybody get fed up.
Let me get to the comments. Right?
Yeah.
Amorim apparently relies heavily on wing backs, so Garnacho is a number. Garnacho has plenty football.
It's a number. Well, we gonna say that, but then man had to buck up, boy. Man had to buck up.
Yeah, you go buck up. Jerome saying they get. I think I said this already.
Yeah, we do this one already.
Yeah. Honestly, don't believe that Garnacho doesn't realize what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Just doesn't care. Again, no consequences. The coaching he needs is knowing his place. Amorim's first job is to let these fellas know exactly what is what. Right?
And then that you see, to that point, that could be one of the reasons he doesn't get more game time for Argentina.
The time will come. And you see, they managing him how we're supposed to be managing him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They know he's a future talent, but here what? You can't just walk into this team. You have to deserve your place on this team. It will only happen with consistency, right? And performances. No favoritism here. John saying that is it. I thought Erik ten Hag would have stomped on it, but he fell on the same trap with Rashford first, then Anthony and Garnacho. Ahmad suffer for them. Amorim have to control things.
Yeah.
Bon Luke Shaw, bon them, keep a ton voice, bon them.
Thank you, bon Luke Shaw. By the way, I hear bon Luke Shaw, boy.
So here until his contract done, unfortunately, we can't say.
Imagine that 20 and
he ain't leaving that sweet contract.
All you know, Luke Shaw contract is till 2027.
Jesus Christ!
That I nearly scream when I read that.
3 years, boy. Well, 2 years, but
what?
Nani and Valencia.
Crazy man. Sign Luke Shaw to that contract.
Ole next to the contract. Right? Jerome said Nani and Rafael was a right back.
Rafael was a right back.
Dwayne,
so you see, men can't even tell.
Dwayne, you have to justify that one.
So there we go. There we go.
Dwayne, you just be on top of your info. You had to correct that.
So there you go.
Why you say Rafael?
So you see, look, Ashley Young.
That's Ashley Young.
So that is actually that was before he get converted to wing back. He was a winger when he first came to us.
Yeah.
Memphis Depay.
Ever since Nani and Valencia, we had wide forwards. Rashford was the first wide forward, and we switched to 4-2-1.
Nah, men forgetting Ashley Young. You see, men forget Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Men forget Ashley Young. Ashley Young, and Ashley Young could have crossed a ball.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. I realized that I had never had the backing of the Glazers, but them who hire him, they were
them hire him.
And Erik ten Hag was never
Ten Hag did not the backing, but
right, his tenure under them was probationary. He still had to prove himself to them. Might be different with Amarin. Yeah, possibly. But again,
And I feel if it's
my
any coach,
thing is,
Glazer's back was he.
yeah. But my thing is, going for Van Nistelrooy and Haki, somebody could have helped him along. To me, would have shown that Ineos was trying to help.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yes.
it just didn't work. It didn't work. Like Valencia, he was converted into fullback like Fergie. After Fergie left, LVG started our transition from true wingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Mata
ass.
Di Maria. Mata was not winger.
That was really a winger.
So,
Attacking
but
midfielder.
you all don't remember. That is the nonsense Manchester did. Mata came to us
That's
to
a number
play
10.
number 10.
That's a number 10.
Yeah.
And the coaches, which would have been Van Gaal, and them first they wasn't playing him, and when they did play him, they used to be pushing him out wide all the time.
We do beer
Yeah,
foolishness with
doing
Mata,
nonsense.
boy.
Mata was one of the it was criminal how Mata was played first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Di Maria.
Yeah.
Mata
I don't even want to talk
also
about Di
was a
Maria.
true winger.
Yeah.
Maybe Angel Di Maria, but he was here for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, but we used to use him a lot on the wing.
Yeah.
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 Rafaeli talking about. I just Peter here. I just asking a question. What is the revised target for this year? What is most likely an acceptable place on the table? Because of their right need to get rid of a lot of dead horses. I say top 6.
Yeah.
We talk about this and all they wanted to kill me. I stand by what I say.
Me too.
Yeah, I still say top 6.
No,
And I still stand by what I say. Not get relegated. That is my standard.
Oh, God.
I can say top 8, man. But I mean, let's be real. Our expectations under Ten Hag versus now Rooney and Amarin might change within the next couple of games. Might change. We'll see.
I think by Christmas. Yeah, what? By Christmas we go answer that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ericsson, if Malacia doesn't come back soon, he can go as well. Right? Peter rolling.
How much we pay for Malacia?
Not get regulated yet.
What 15 mil?
About 14 or 15, yeah.
Okay.
Or less. Maybe less, about 12. I think 12 or 15.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We buy something from Holland and it was good.
no, but I find, I mean, this is definitely debatable. I find Dillet has been okay.
Yeah, I like the lit.
Dillet has been okay.
I find Dillet has been solid.
At final times, he have done all you see that slip Dillet do today.
Yeah, yeah, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Which one? That one where he blocked?
Jackson could have gone through, but Jackson passed it back to Enzo, and then Enzo sky.
Oh, that one.
And Zidane, I swear, my heart nearly come out my chest when I tell you.
But I find Dillet has been good.
But generally, I can't give him the good. I'm giving him.
You're giving him good
so
I say
far.
very good.
No, I like him.
Very good. It's not good. It's not very good. It's not excellent.
All right. Okay. So I would say he's been above average. I'm not giving him that good.
Wicked, boy.
I'm not giving him that good. I'm giving him above average.
But what's the reason, Chef? What's the reason? What's the reason for saying that? What's the reason for saying that?
No, not good. Because Dillet is very talented and very bad. So he's supposed to be doing a lot better. No, I understand he's had a tough few years, eh? Huh?
No, I need to know like what more you need to see from him to stay this, because
I don't want to.
He has been good.
Those slip like a caca hole and give me an open chances. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
It has happened. It's up to the best. But I find he has been very solid. Outside maybe the Liverpool game where he was totally exposed.
Yeah.
I find he has been solid.
But I got a question for one of men.
First game for Chelsea, he slipped. Thiago Silva, very first game for Chelsea. I remember laughing at him for that.
Who's that?
Maybe I'll upgrade to good.
Yeah,
I
he's
ain't
good,
going over
man.
good
He's
yet.
good, he's good.
Not yet.
He's fighting hard. He good.
I had to fight the Manchester because I want standards, and I find my club don't have standards. I want the highest standards. So yes, men go say I'm fighting men at times, but I had to fight, boy, because I find me standards too low, and I find me just give players too much leeway. Well, he was good this game, you know. But next game he averaged. Well, nah, no. We had horse. I find we as Manchester United, we is the nicest fans in the world.
Yeah, for
Because
real.
other teams,
Definitely.
same level of shit the men has been doing for we boy. You can imagine them playing for Real Madrid and do that?
Yeah.
I think
There has been
Mazwari and Delit has been good.
yeah.
Mazwari is the best signing so far.
There's been about 4 players that have been consistent for us. I would say Delit at number 4, Mazwari at number 1, Ericsson to some extent, and oh gosh, boy. Well, I can't find.
I find Casemiro since he came back into the team has been very good.
Yes,
Casemiro has been good the last few games.
Yeah, Casemiro since the Liverpool game has been consistent. Yeah,
kind of coincide with Kobe injury and that kind of vibe.
Onana, yeah, for Onana in that.
Onana,
yeah.
I see men want to kill Onana for getting that goal today. I said, but all this support sour.
And plus that went to my leg too.
So, men feel football does be playing like this, you know.
Yeah.
Men do not understand the speed that game going at, you know. We watching it on TV, you know. That you know that a man hit a ball one time with force through a man leg, you know.
Yeah.
But the amount of calculations you gotta make to make a dive, come on, man.
And then I can't say though. So who has been a wrong shit on? This man was his best game for Chelsea.
Man shop today.
Today was his best game for Chelsea because he has been real shit since he went Chelsea.
Peter say good. Got to go, guys. Yeah, we're right behind you. Glad I came on. God bless you, guys. GGMU forever, regardless. The tata.
Blessed
yeah,
Peter.
Man, right? So we'll be here for the Fenerbahce, the Europa League game on Thursday, right? So we'll be back on. Jerome Foster, the lit has been decent, but he can be rash.
Yeah.
Not like Martinez. Not sure who is supposed to be the calm in the back. I find they have been okay.
So true.
The confusing with buying players, back in his executive and manager being a United front. David Gill and Fergie back in the day were one of the same. If a player went to Gill to complain about Fergie, he would get cut out of the office. Fergie word was low because the whole club was behind him, especially the CEO. No manager has had that post Fergie. Hopefully Amorim has that and he is an Ineos choice. All right, cool. All right, so that's the end of the comments, guys. And to me, that kind of brings down the curtain on the review. I think we had a real good review today. You know, and since Ruud definitely has been in the interim position, even our views, you know, and viewership has increased. You know, so that just show you the fan base was definitely fed up of the Ten Hag show. You know, and we really needed that change. You know, I think all of us kind of agree to that as well. You know, we really need that change. We got the change, and right now it's just eternal optimism. You know, we're not expecting too much. You know, but we're just hoping for the best. You know, I think that is where we are as a fan base right now. Anything before we close?
Hope for the best. Hope for the win this week.
I don't know some name. I can't pronounce the name.
I gotta find the name now. But in terms of closing comments, nothing to do with how we play today or the next fixture. I seeing that Ruben Amorim, his natural tactics are a 3-4-3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
That much I know about him.
I'm trying to figure out who will be the three centre backs.
No, but that's easy. To me, that's easy. That shit for
Who?
is Delit, Martinez, and Euro.
Yeah.
Okay, but I see
That's
Euro.
easy.
You calling that man who not even in the team right now? But
No, we
wicked
don't.
hour.
No, he will be back in the team soon.
Yeah, he's back.
And-
He's coming, no, back.
Dan Shaw has been back in the team just
Like
now
Shaw, like
for
Shaw,
about
like
2
Shaw.
years.
Yeah, right,
Don't do me
sure.
that.
Nah, right,
No,
sure.
but
So that's
Shaw,
category by
like
And
Shaw.
himself.
don't call the man
Sure,
name
that's
until
category.
you
Don't do
see
me that.
him.
No, play him.
Don't do
play
you
Shaw.
can't do that dog until
Right?
you see that man on the bench. You can't call the name.
No, he was training and thing already. I remember he was actually training and thing already.
Yeah,
So,
he
Shaw
will be
has
back
been
soon. He'll be
training
back
too.
soon.
Shaw and
No, they say
training.
Shaw not training. They say he'll be back in November. They say Euro
Yeah,
would be
Euro-
back
Euro back
in
this
November.
month. Yeah,
So after
This
the
is
after the
the- this is the
international break,
time
don't
when
be
we
surprised
expect it.
Euro getting some time.
yeah.
How long Maguire out for?
I don't know.
God, man, don't even care what knowing how long.
Nah, man.
No, it's not. It's not. It's,
Yeah, so, I know. Right?
Alright.
Good. Something. Yeah.
it's
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, guys. So see you on the next one.
Let's